Welcome to the 3 for 3 Meet the Candidate series presented by the Miami Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. The 3 for 3 series is being brought to you by our Social Action Committee. This committee works under the auspice of our organization's political awareness and involvement programmatic thrust and is charged with providing programs and activities that foster, among other things, voter registration and voter education. It is imperative to mention that the members of the Miami Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority are not and will not endorse or promote any candidate. To that end, we invite you to watch the 3 for 3 Meet the Candidate series. This series will offer you an opportunity to preview several candidates running for office in Miami-Dade County. In an effort of providing a level and inclusive playing field, we invited all of the qualified candidates running for Miami-Dade County Board of County Commissioners, Miami-Dade Circuit and County Judges, and the Miami-Dade School Board during this 2020 primary election. Note that some of the candidates did not respond to our invitation. Candidates within the same group were asked the same 3 questions where they were given a maximum of 3 minutes to answer. We hope that you enjoy our program. Remember to register to vote and to vote by mail for your safety. Now, let's meet the candidate.
Thank you, Regina. Today we have Dr. Justin Koren with us, and he's running for school board in District 9. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Okay, great. You know the rules. Today we're going to ask you 3 questions, and you'll have 3 minutes to answer each question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Who are you as a candidate, and what are your priorities?
Well, as a candidate, I'm the only candidate in the race to have served District 9 as both a public school teacher and also as an assistant principal. I'm originally from Miami. I'm born and raised right here in Miami-Dade County. I went to school in District 9, graduated from Koren Senior, first graduating class. I was the student government president. And after I graduated, I went off to Boston University. I studied there and abroad. I studied at London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts. From there, came down here, started teaching in our public schools, and got my master's degree in educational leadership, and ultimately a PhD in educational research. I have worked all over District 9, which I think uniquely qualifies me to be your next school board member. I started off working from Palmetto Bay and have worked all the way down into Homestead. And right now, I'm currently the assistant principal of Miami-Killian Senior High School. I've been there for the past 4 years. I'm from this community. I love this community. And that is why I'm running for the board, because I want to make a difference in my community.
So how will you work to achieve social equality and equity in school education in Miami-Dade County?
Well, that's a fantastic question. You know, I think that we need to, first of all, be cognizant of the fact that we do have systematic institutional racism and that it pervades society. And we would be really on the wrong side of the argument to say that it doesn't affect us right here in Miami-Dade County. One of our board members right now, Dr. Bendros Mindinghall, she stated in her last board item that racism is a learned behavior. It's taught. And I think that's a super valuable point that we need to grasp onto, and that I'm willing to help in that initiative to push forward ideas and ways that we can really start to mitigate that divide early on. We need to go about creating what I think is called, actually the Miami Herald had referred, and I'll borrow their language, as a new social order status. And that starts locally. It starts here in our district. We need to develop more curriculum. We need to have enhancements for programmatic adoptions. I have worked in my history working for the Dade County Public School Board. I've worked closely with the Anti-Defamation League. And when I was working at Cutler Bay Senior High School, which I opened, we brought a program called No Place for Hate to the high school there. And it was incredible because it infused these ideas of accepting, not just tolerating, but accepting people for who they are. And that was so successful that the other schools in Cutler Bay caught on, and it actually was brought, that program, to all the schools in Cutler Bay. And I think that's a great, almost looking at that as a pilot program, something that we should do throughout our district. But we need to go even further, right? We need to bring about sensitivity trainings. We need to, when we train teachers and we train our stakeholders, we need to make sure that we're not just giving them an online program, but that we're getting a return on our investment. This accountability is really going to be the focal point of my being in a seat on the board. I think we need to ensure that what we do yields results. Currently, I believe that we have an evaluation tool that is missing. How have we implemented what we're teaching? What's the accountability look like so that we know that our teachers, because it all is about what happens in our schools. It's not just about projecting something to the outside world. It's about what goes on in the classroom. That's how we make a difference in tomorrow. And we need to remember also that accountability, it starts at the top and it trickles down. That's what accountability is about. We need to ensure that we are going to be there at every step of the way. I'm a hands-on person. I'm willing to roll up my sleeves to get the job done. But to do that, we have to listen. So the idea is, that's a starting point. But the implementation, that's a conversation. And that's a conversation that I'm really excited to have.
So why should we vote for you?
Well, first of all, I think that we should vote. And this may not be the most popular thing to say, but you know, I started off as a teacher. I became an assistant principal later on because I wanted to do more and I wanted to impact people and their lives at a greater level. I believe that teachers can make students, but I'm a realist and I've seen it. And I also believe that teachers can knock down students. So it's up to us to keep people excited and on the right side of the educational process. And that comes with inspiring people about the journey through education. With all that's going on in the world right now, we need to exercise our right to vote. So this forum is a phenomenal way to do that. And I would encourage voters, especially our young people who are voting for the first time, if you haven't registered yet, get out there and register. But I think you should vote for me. When you do go to the ballot or cast your ballot at the polls, you should vote for me because I'm the only candidate who has worked for our public school systems. And with all that we're facing in the world right now, ranging from whatever issue that you care about, whether it's equity to the COVID crisis, I think that teachers, parents, students alike need to have, not just want, but need to have somebody who has been in the trenches with them, who knows what it's like, who has had to struggle with them and persevere with them, because at this point, the status quo is not going to get us through to the next level. I am that person. I'm willing to work. I want to work. Let me be very clear. I love what I do. I love being an assistant principal. I love being a teacher. But I have decided that this is the time to stand up, not just for me, not just for you, but for everybody in this diverse district. This district that spans from Pinecrest all the way down to Florida City. And what separates me from the other candidates is that I've just not only lived in the district, but I've worked all over the district. And I know that what people care about in one municipality is different than what people care about in another municipality. So we need somebody who is able to get out there to speak with people. And I love speaking with people. I love to hear what matters to them and to be that voice for not just a change, but for advocacy. So I do hope that you'll vote for me on August the 18th to be your next school board member for District 9. Thank you.